All right. Hi guys. I just wanted to just do a quick recap of my experience so far in the last, I would say about 4 to 8 months of just kind of really, I would say like focusing on powerlifting, training regularly, 5 days a week. I train early in the morning, usually around like 5 or 6 in the morning, and just kind of how that's been going. I just came back yesterday from the American Open in Boston. It was a lot of fun. I drove up with two of my buddies, who also competed competed at the meet. It was a huge learning experience. I learned a lot about where my limits are in terms of the different lifts, what I can do, what I can't do right now. And I use it right now. I guess I use the words right now because I think it's important to kind of clarify, because I think there is obviously like some sort of like there will be a limit at one day, but I don't think I've reached that yet, and I want to, and I know it's something I can continue to work on and grow and to build and to get stronger and all of these things. So overall performance wise, I was only able to add about 25 pounds to my total, which isn't all that great, but which it's not what was shooting for, but it's still progress, and I'm proud of that progress. I weighed in a little bit heavier this time than I did in August. It's about exactly 4 months since my first meet, actually. So it really was a test of a lot of different things of my programming that was done by my friend Mike. How well I can implement that programming, how strong I can get in that amount of time, and also I learned a lot about the difference between in-gym performance and meet performance. It really is a huge difference. Just based on the equipment, the environment. There's a lot of other stressors, that you don't have in the gym. For example, other lifters are just walking around. It's loud. People are warming up. It's chaotic. It can be chaotic, and I think it's really important to recognize that sometimes you're not going to perform at your best if you're not in the right mindset. For me, this time, I came in heavier. I came in about 4 kilos heavier, which I thought was good, and I felt strong and I felt bigger than before, which is great. But in terms of the squat, my squat I did not perform as well. My best squat was 140 kilos, which is about 380 pounds, which is actually 10 kilos less than what I was able to hit on my third attempt back in August. So that's a little bit disappointing. I don't know what happened. My second and third attempts, I went for 340 roughly, 155 kilos. I wasn't able to hit it. I just couldn't get it out of the hole. I just had difficulty. I was folding over. I don't know. I really don't know what happened. A couple of things I think could have attributed to the issues were I did a weight cut for the first time, and I reduced calories during the week of. I also did a water load, so those things may have had an effect on my performance in the squat, which has traditionally been my best lift. On top of that, during weigh-ins, I had a bunch of work calls come in that were kind of stressing me out a little bit, and morning of, it's definitely not. You don't want any additional stress. It was a little bit hectic to weigh in. I had to wait to weigh in, equipment check, all these things, and you want all that stuff to go as smoothly as possible, and that didn't happen for me. So I'm not making excuses. I didn't perform. Bottom line, that's it. Uh, but those things may have had an effect on my performance. In terms of bench press was really great. I hit all three of my attempts. Um, I hit a bench all time bench PR, meet and or in the gym, 87.5 kilos, which is about 192 pounds, about 7.5 kilos over my best bench in competition. So I'm really happy about bench. I still had a little bit of a shoulder pain in on that last rep, and it wasn't. But you know what? It wasn't even really a grinder. It went up. It felt good. The bench felt really good. Deadlift, my best pull was 160. Okay, so about 352 pounds, which is about 15 kilos over my best competition pull, but it's still about, I would say, 20 pounds under my best gym pull. Now, what happened there was my second attempt, I felt really good, went up super fast. So I said, why don't I try 180 kilos, which is about 398 pounds, I believe. Uh, I've never pulled that weight before, but you know, I figured maybe I'll try it, and I wasn't able to even get it off the floor. So you know, obviously, I learned that that's a limit for me right now. But I still believe I could have pulled the 170 kilos, which is about the 375 pounds, and I'm confident that I could have pulled that. You know, my total would have been a little bit better if I had programmed it a little bit smarter and then pulled that. You know, I would have been probably added, you know, 35 pounds to my 35, excuse me, kilos to my overall total, as opposed to just about 12 kilos. So you know, that's a little bit disappointing in my overall total. You know, I almost would have been around 400 kilos, which would have been nice, but you know, it's fine. You know, I'm totally happy with my performance overall. You know, in terms of what I learned and just the experience. Again, great meet, well organized. USAPL did a great job. Met some cool lifters. And speaking of lifters, one other thing I learned, and just from observation, is that the best lifters in all the weight classes, especially in these smaller weight classes, the 66, the 74, which I compete in, you know, the top 3, top 4 lifters, all of them are just super jacked. You know, they're basically every kilo of their body weight, you know, aside from bone and a little bit of fat, like I was not a little bit, but you know, they're not shredded necessarily, but for the most part, these guys are fully made of muscle, and that obviously helps them when their pulls and their push and their press, everything. So, you know, that's the one thing I need to focus on, is to kind of build the hypertrophy and grow my muscles a little bit more and get stronger in that way. That way I can pull more and push more and improve my overall performance. I've already signed up for my next meet. It's going to be in April, end of April, so it's about 5 months out from now. In South Brooklyn, at the South Brooklyn Weightlifting Club. This one's more of a local meet, you know, one platform, very small venue. Should be fun. I'm excited for that. You know, that's the first meet that I got a chance to spectate at, so it'll kind of be a nice, it'll be nice to compete there finally, and you know, see what I can do, since, you know, it'll be my 3rd meet in. Hopefully I will have worked out some of the kinks in my squat, and I'm able to put up a nice squat. But we'll see. I am beginning to start training with Micah Marino out of St. Louis, doing some online coaching with him, just to see how much further I can push my performance. So thanks for listening. You know, this has really been a good experience, and I hopefully you guys will also learn something from watching my training videos and listen to me yammer on. All right, thanks guys. Bye.